All right. Good morning, good afternoon, everybody, wherever you are out there in the country and in the world. Let's see, we have some people popping in. If you are new to Dubb, please put a one into the chat if you're new. If you're just getting started with Dubb, put a two if you're returning. Some of the names that have just popped in, I see are returners, which is great. And then yeah, Gianni, your name looks new to me. So, how are you? You can turn on your mic and say hello if you'd like to. If not, you can say hi in the chat. Totally up to you.
Hi, how you going?
Hey, good to meet you.
Likewise, likewise.
So, where are you at in the world? What's your industry, and what are you kind of looking to get out of Dub?
So I have my own executive search firm in the payments industry space.
Okay.
I have set up everything, I do believe, and I have been using Dubb. However, I'd like to use a couple of different profiles, like with different CTAs
Yeah.
on each.
Yeah.
For example, if I'm outreaching to a candidate, like I'd like a CTA to, submit their resume,
Sure.
whereas that wouldn't really be applicable with clients. How would
Yep.
I be able to do that?
Yeah, so a lot of the times with the presets, we always talk about, setting up different presets for different parts of the audience, which is what you're talking about here. In terms of the CTAs themselves, typically they can be with the drop-down menu inside a CTA, it will say it can be a website link, you can fill out a form, it can be call, it can be text, it could be a Calendly link or a calendar setup, it can be a reply with video. So in terms of sending you their resume, right? Like sending it to you. Um,
Yeah.
I believe it would be a an external link to somewhere where they could send it to you, I believe. I can ask Darius when he pops in about 20 minutes, but I believe it would have to be something where it would be a link to an external area where they would upload that into your platform.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'll have a play with that.
Yeah.
And because yeah, I'd have to do that within the platform itself and not through the Chrome extension within LinkedIn itself, I believe.
Yeah, the LinkedIn outreach stuff that we show, and we'll show that in a little bit. We always show it with the training, is really more about the visual part of being on someone's profile and saying hello to them,
Mhm.
offering something. A lot of the times, especially with recruiting, and in training and just all these different insights, when we see social media videos like, hey, what's the point of this video? What are you trying to tell me? So I think
Mhm.
with a lot of the LinkedIn outreach, when you're on someone's profile and say, listen, here's a one tip. I have a document you can actually download below, give you the top five reasons on why you should consider what I'm talking about. Because they might already be making
Mhm.
these mistakes or they're not doing this internally, something along those lines. We find that that works pretty good. So I think it's more about getting their attention, saying, hey, listen, click below to access this.
Mhm.
And then once they do it, they're on the landing page and then they can do all kinds of stuff. So I think it's at that point that the other actions can take place.
Righto. Just another quick question as well. If I'm going to start a couple of businesses and use the Dub account, I'm
Yeah.
able to do that. Is
So we
that?
so we have a so each this would be the thing. So if you had on your preset in your signature page, Gianni Inc., just say as an example, if that was the name of the
Mhm.
company, and it had the same email address, same phone number. If it had all of that and the different parts of the company did different things, then you could have different presets because the signature line stuff wouldn't change, the branding doesn't change, any of that. But if it's different companies that you're doing with two totally different emails, addresses, everything, we would actually
Mhm.
consider that separate dub accounts, which could give you discounts on, but that's not
Mhm.
consider that. But if it was under the same umbrella and the same everything, signature line, name, all that kind of stuff, then it's just different parts of that. You know what I mean?
Okay, all right. I'll have to be creative with that one then.
Yeah,
Awesome.
so that's kind of how we've done it in the past. But I mean, I can always ask Darius as well. But I believe that's the setup. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, how's the have you recorded any videos? Like what's ones have you done have you done webcam? Have you done mobile? Have you done screen? What have you done?
So I have done webcam, well, through my iPhone, really. I use my iPhone webcam for as
Yeah.
my web.
That's cool.
But
Yeah.
I haven't really ventured in app yet, and I'm gonna do that in a little bit. I do have a few videos that I want to get out to some leads that have come in recently. So
Perfect.
I'll play with that, and then let's see how we go
Yeah.
with mobile app.
Yeah, the mobile's fun. We're showing a little bit here too. It also breaks up the style, because when you're doing a webcam video or a screen video where you're the bubble, I think when you grab the phone, it kind of like innately makes it where you can walk and talk and kind of break free
Mhm.
of the other style as you're kind of like kind of giving someone a piece of advice, or it's just a different style, a different look.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. All right.
Cool.
Thanks.
Well, good meeting you. Welcome aboard.
Likewise. Thank you.
And let's see what we have before we start here. Okay, we've got a bunch of returners, which is always awesome. Michael, how can I get another one-on-one? I need some help. There's so much to this. Let's see, what do you have in your background? Looks cool. Oh, yeah. So Michael, my background here is literally just a light. So I grabbed this at Home Depot. It's just one of those like you tap it, you can turn it off. Let's see. Actually, usually there it is. So it turns off there, and let me get it back on. And I'm just in the corner of the room, so you can see the split right here. So when I block the light like this, it just kind of comes over my shoulders perfectly and kind of hits the sides. And I just got to make sure the blinds are closed pretty good so the other light doesn't bounce off the wall. But it kind of, I had one person ask me, "Is that a virtual background?" I'm like, no, it's just a little light in the back. So I kind of like the simplicity of the background. Yeah, as far as the one-on-one, Michael, just let me know in the chat what kind of if it's just basic help kind of stuff, let us know and then I can get a booking link over to you. We can email you. So let me know. Let's see, Emmett. Hey Rob, Emmett here. Onboarding today at 3. All right, very cool. So Emmett, you're probably booked with Ina or Arena, I would think, probably for this afternoon, I would imagine. Can you hear me okay,
Yeah,
Emmett?
sounds about right.
Yeah, that's cool. They get you all set up and everything. How's it going so
Yeah.
far?
Good, good. Watching a lot of videos to make sure that the onboarding is useful, but it's like the good news is there's so much to it, like the other gentleman said, and that's the exciting part because I'm finding we have 3 or 4 different software programs we might not need anymore once we get our hands around everything that you guys got.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really just a lot of people when they're going through the kind of their tech stacks and what they have.
Hmm.
Darius and I did a little video series. I think it's on YouTube. We did about 4 or 5 videos where it was called Dubb Replaces. And it was about Darius would do the research on these different platforms. And then we just do a quick video in StreamYard and put it out there as far as, hey, if you're using it for this, Dubb actually does that as well. So just as replacements.
Cool. I'll search that in YouTube after.
Yeah,
Perfect.
cool. Good to hear it, Emma. Glad you're getting the setup done. That's awesome.
Yeah, thanks, brother.
Yeah. And then let's see, everybody else. I saw some other people pop in. So we're going to start here right now. But if you haven't put a 1 or a 2 in the chat yet, feel free to do that. 1 if you're new to Dubb, and 2 if you're returning. That would help as far as just knowing everyone's kind of background there and everything. So that'd be pretty awesome. Okay, so let me share my screen here. And again, this recording for the training will be on our YouTube Dubb support. It'll be on there in just a couple hours. And then, people usually go back, watch it, go to the spot that they want to see again. And that's really kind of how the learning happens. Also, if anybody wants to send us a video, is like a test, like, hey, I recorded something, I'd love some feedback. There's an email address called feedback@Dubb, and I'm putting it in the chat right now. Feedback@Dubb. So if you ever want to just, try something creative or say, hey, what do you think about that? We can always kind of give you some feedback when you're doing it, which is actually a lot of fun for us. All right, so let me share my screen here and let's begin. Okay, so when you're in the Dubb dashboard, you're logged in, you're good to go, you're in your account. This is the dashboard right in here. So, couple things of importance, always for help down over here to the bottom right, our little intercom system there. You can talk with the AI agent we have, it usually gives pretty thorough answers. You can also talk with an actual human on the team if you want to do that. And then you can do some keyword searching help down here, put some phrases in and some words, and you'll find the articles as well. One of the other things we always mention, I think most people here that are returning know this, but if you're new, Dubb partners. So we do a 30% recurring commission on anyone that subscribes to Dubb through this referral link right here. All you have to do is click apply now, creates a little referral link, and you can share that with anyone. We always tell everyone if you get a group of people together that are interested in Dubb, let myself or Darius know. We can always pop in and present for you. You can also invite people into the training here today with dubb.com/T if they want to come in and experience it, because obviously we're here every day, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. So okay, so as far as recording the videos go, in general, and again, most of the returners know this, but new people, you're probably learning this as well. When you record a Dubb video, it's going to be a repeating 3-second loop of the beginning of the video, an animated GIF, a repeating motion. Now, you can take with editing a different part of the video and make that GIF in the beginning if you wanted to, but just knowing that when you hit record, that first 3 seconds is going to be the loop. It just for efficiency purposes, it's nice to know that hit record, and then you get going. Now, as far as the different styles of recording, there are a couple different styles that have worked pretty good over the years in terms of just sending some stuff out. So I'm going to show you just a couple of examples of what they physically look like here. So this one here, I recorded on my webcam, and this is really just putting a face to the name, that kind of stuff. I use the Dubb mobile app. There's a little whiteboard feature on that I'll show you in a minute where you can type in someone's name or type in any message that you want. So obviously the name works really well. It's worked good over the years, but it could be any short phrase within the industry that you're in. Still hiring, still selling, one fact about insurance, it's something short and punchy that the person can relate to. And again, you just want to have some movement to the GIF. So all I did was bring myself up into camera. You could slide it this way, just make it interesting. So it's not boring and just sitting there with something like that that doesn't move. So that really helps. So that's one style that you can do. You also can do a style like this, where you can do the same recording from the same webcam, but just have a virtual background behind you. And the important thing with the virtual background is, just like it was on the phone, you give someone context. So Sarah has context here because she knows the video is about her. I have her profile behind me. All I'm doing is a little wave, a little smile, again, bringing it more to life. So when someone sees this and they click on it, instead of just seeing a link that's really boring, they see this and then they go here to a customized landing page called a preset. And that's really the journey that you want someone to go on. You want them to see this, be interested, click on it, and go there. And that's really what that's about. Now, if you want to replicate both of these styles within Dubb, here's how you do it. So right within the dashboard, you're going to click on the red camera icon right at the top. It's going to open up the webcam. Now, the webcam to use the virtual background, you're going to click down here, right where it says virtual background, click there. And then all you do is scroll down to your photos, and you're going to upload into this area any screenshots that you have. So typically over the years, what's worked well, you just saw with the profile. If I was in real estate, why not put a property behind me? Someone's interested in listing. Hey, this is Rob. I want to send you this quick video about this townhome. Also, what about an article? Did someone within your industry? Now, this one's a real estate update in a market update in real estate, but whatever industry you're in, if you want to share some value with an article that's important with some learnings, boom, right there over the shoulder, they can see what it's about. You can also do a company's website. So maybe you're on, within the industry you're in, the person that you're reaching out to, maybe it's their who we are section, maybe it's their services, maybe it's one of their testimonials, anything where they can see something of theirs that's interesting. Like, oh, that's our website. That's about that. I wonder what the person has to say. And you can relate it. That's what works really well with the virtual background. So that's one way to do it here on the webcam. Now to uncheck the virtual background, go to the bottom, uncheck it, and it's gone. Now, if you want to do the phone like we just saw earlier with the name on it, here's how you do that. So you grab the Dubb mobile app, and the mobile app has a button on it. So here's the mobile app right here. And right up here at the top is that little square button right there. That is the little whiteboard function. So you click that, and then you have a place to type, just like that. So all you have to do is type the person's name like I did before, or again, short, punchy phrase, something fun within your industry. Hold it here, and then just turn it like that. And then all you have to do is bring it up. Hey, Rob, just want to send you this quick video. So it could come in a frame like this. You can bring it to the side. You can just do one of these. You can hide behind it and go like this, something fun. And that way someone will want to click on it. And it's informational. So that's what we've seen work over the years with the webcam and those two different styles. Now, across all the recording technology we have a teleprompter available. So if you haven't used the teleprompter before, it's really nice to stay efficient. It gives you a lot of information. You don't have to search for the words. And it's pretty convenient. And you can do a bunch of videos in a row and not have to be thinking about all the stuff you want to say when it's already in front of you. It just takes a little bit of practice. You just got to give it a couple read throughs so the words don't surprise you. Start reading some things out loud. Before you know it, it'll feel really natural. So if you want to use it, you're going to click into the space up here at the top, this little white space up here. And then from here, you can go right to scripting if you want to, or you can search for a script that you already have saved. So in this case, I'm going to look up my test script right here. There it is. And there's the teleprompter. Now, from a physical different distance, I'm about arm's distance away. An eye line's pretty good. You obviously don't want to be too close like this because then it's going to be obvious the camera's here and you're looking down over here. I always say that, like, if you're in a situation where you got a webcam that's super high, or you have just a setup that's not conducive to, reading out of the top line like this and you're close to the camera, then I would just lean into the fact that they're notes. If I say my notes were like right here, my eye line's over here, and I'm referencing something, I could say, Hey, welcome to this video. I want to talk to you about this property over on 123 Jane Street. It's been available for about almost 5 months now, and I want to explain to you a little bit about the property and the dimensions of it and what's going on here. So referencing something is not a bad thing. I would just lean into the fact that you're referencing some notes and then make sure you make eye contact with the last statement that you say. It's kind of like, the old acting trick where if you have a script in front of you, the first part of your sentence you want to make eye contact, the middle part you're doing your thing, but then come right back up and make eye contact at the end if you're referencing something. As far as a teleprompter here, this is the speed right in the middle. This is pretty good for me. And then I can press the play button here to see if I like it. I always think it's good to go a tick slow than instead of a tick fast, because if you're chasing the words and you feel like you're speeding, you probably are. And then if you want to back the text off, you can do here or you can zoom it in. And when you hit record, you're going to get a little countdown, and this is what it would look like. Hi, this is Rob from Dubb. We're the sales operating system. We use video, automation, and contact management to create connections, conversations, and conversions. And I can hit the pause button right here at the bottom if I want to stop the recording. I can hit the red X if I want to delete it. I can also hit the check mark if I want to save it into the platform. And if I want to close a teleprompter, it's this little arrow right there. So when you're thinking about putting a face to the name, using the holding up the phone, the webcam recording is a great way to do this when you're reaching out. And that's the basic webcam recorder. Now, if we're going to look at the screen recording, that's a lot of fun. So that's an example where let's just say you wanted to share a website with someone. So all the stuff we just talked about in the virtual background behind me, remember the person's profile, an article, a company website, all that stuff. If you want to share the actual site with someone and be on there as the bubble of knowledge, the Chrome extension is really great for this. Anything browser based, company website, article, even if you wanted to reach out to someone on LinkedIn, Chrome extension is really good. So the Chrome extension is right up here at the top. So when you have it logged in, pinned, all that good stuff, you're going to click on it here, and then it's going to open up and you're going to be on the screen. A couple important things to think about when you use the Chrome extension and you're sharing websites with people is think about the shape of your webcam bubble and the placement of it. Like obviously this wouldn't be a good placement because I'm blocking the title. And the reason we say all this is because we've gotten good feedback over the years from people who are like, "Hey, that's a creative way to reach out," or "Hey, that was cool." So when you're thinking about, sharing a site, check it out. What does it look like? What's a good spot? Because remember, that 3-second animated GIF in the beginning, we want to make it as interesting as we can. So right here, I'm going to place myself right next to here, but a circle is not a good shape because over here, it's a nice big block next to me. So I can change my shapes to this, to that, but in this case, I'm going to change it to this. And then I can physically change the size right here. So I'm going to go probably about that because I don't want to go too big to cover everything. So when I send someone this video, they're going to see me and it looks like almost I'm part of the page. Hey, this is Rob. I wanted to send you this quick article about this update here. And that would be the repeating motion in the GIF. And it looks nice. You can also zoom yourself in if you want to. If you want to get a little more dramatic, you can back yourself off. You can go up, you can go down side to side. You can jump to full screen. Over here to the right with the webcam, you can just go no webcam. So if you want to share this website with someone and you just want to do an audio walkthrough, you can totally do that. I think when you first meet somebody, it's awesome to be live, but once you know the client, if you want to do the no webcam, you can do that. You can even do a profile pic if you want to do that as well. So you have that as those options. You can also do a virtual background right here at the bottom, virtual background. You can put something behind you if you want to do that right from within the page here. You also have a teleprompter available. So when you click teleprompter here, it's going to open up. I'm going to look for my script just like I did before on the basic webcam recorder. And there it is. Now this one's just a little bit different because this one you can grab the sides and make it a little bit thinner. You also can physically move this around wherever you want to move it to. Maybe you have a webcam arm that kind of is in front of the screen. You want to put it behind it. In my case, I have my laptop here. My camera's at the top, so I want to move it as far north as I can. Now, when you use the Chrome extension, a note about the teleprompter, you don't want to go full screen on the browser because if you do, you will not be able to tap the teleprompter to bring it forward. It'll be hidden behind you. You won't know where it is. So when you hit record, just to leave a little bit of space at the top, tap it, bring it forward, and you're able to use it. Now you also have across here 3 different options: screen, tab, and camera. If I was to hit record right now with screen selected, it would get my whole screen, get the whole browser, everything. That's not a bad thing if you have your tabs organized. So if I start on this page on the Florida market update, I'm like, let me show you some other properties I think you might be interested in. I click on one of the tabs above, and this will transport me over to that tab, and the recording will keep following me. So you can take someone on a little tab journey if you want to do that. Now, if I click tab only, It's just this page right here. It's a nice clean cut of the page. You won't see any of the tabs open at the top, and it's nice and clean. If you go camera, it'll open up like a webcam when you first start. Me personally, when I'm doing these, I kind of like to open up on the page right there because I want everyone to see the background and everything like that. Now, I also have a little menu bar at the bottom that I'm going to use that I'll show you in a little bit. And we also have an annotation tool right over here. So that's the setup for this when you want to share this. So that's the setup. So I'm going to jump out of here. I'm going to jump over to LinkedIn and I'm actually going to hit record now. So I'm going to open up the Chrome extension here. I want to reach out to Ruben. Obviously, this placement isn't good right here, and the shape's not good because LinkedIn uses circles. So I want to use a circle. So there we go. I'm going to go like this, put myself probably about right there. And then when Ruben sees this on his LinkedIn page, one of these deals, it's interesting. It's on his profile, his background, and it's more interesting than just a copy and paste text message in his box, which is way better. So I'm on tab here. I'm going to hit start recording, and this is going to be what this looks like. Here's the countdown. Hey, Ruben, this is Rob. I saw your profile over here on LinkedIn, and I wanted to send you this quick video because I noticed some really neat things within your profile that I want to have a chat with you about. So all I did there was a little wave, little point. That's going to be the repeating motion that Ruben sees. And then I jumped to full screen, and you have a couple ways to jump to full screen. One is going to be the little box at the bottom on the menu bar. It says expand webcam, jumps you here, and then you can just click it here to go back. You can also hover over your bubble, click the little square there, jumps you here. Again, click down here to go back. And you can also double tap on the bubble and it will bring you back. The cool thing about jumping to full screen is when you really want to make a point about something, it really makes you stand out because a lot of the times when you're making that point, you're the authority on this thing. So why not forget everything else and just jump to the full screen? Or maybe you have a question for the person. You also can physically scroll around. You can get very organic with this. You can hit the pause button at the bottom on the menu bar if you want to stop the recording. Maybe you just said some stuff, you want to take a quick break, click resume. There you go. You also have the annotation tool, which is really neat to use for a lot of this stuff. So you can do arrows, you can do underlining, you can do circles, you can do some text on screen if you'd like to. You can also do some numbering. All this will stay sticky where it is as well. That's the cool thing about the Chrome extension annotations. They'll stay right there. So if you want to keep scrolling down and keep moving along, they won't follow you down the page. And if you want to get rid of them, you can just click the little trash barrel down to the bottom left and it will clear them out. So if you're thinking about sharing anything that's browser-based, websites, articles, reaching out on LinkedIn, market updates, anything like that, the Chrome extension is really good to be on the page with it and walking someone through something. So I'm going to click the check mark down below, and it's going to save this video, excuse me, into the Dubb platform. Now, as it saves in there, I'm going to talk to you about the Dubb desktop app. And the Dubb desktop app is pretty amazing. It's another screen recorder that we have. It does a lot of different stuff, but let's look at screen recording. So I'm going to click the little D symbol up here at the top, click record screen, and it's going to open up right here. Now, some similarities between the Chrome extension and desktop app that you just saw. The first one is same deal with the bubble. You can zoom in, back off, do a virtual background. You can change the shape and the sizes, all that great stuff. You also have an annotation tool right over here. It's the same one. And you also have a teleprompter at the top. Now, with this little red slash down here as well, when this little red slash is through here, if I was to hit record, it would get my entire desktop. So similar to like the screen option on Chrome, where it gets everything. Now, if I get rid of the red slash, now I have some differences. So first off on this dropdown is a custom. So what this means is this is the border of what I'm recording. As long as I'm inside the little area here, I'll be part of the recording. I also can crop around anything that I want to crop around. So if I have a document pulled up, a Canvas slide, a part of a website, even part of the desktop here, I have the ability to crop around whatever that is. I also can click the YouTube one, 16 by 9 for landscape, perfectly set up for YouTube. You can even do 9 by 16 for portraits. So if you wanted to do a social video, all you have to do is crunch your internet browser, pull up a document that you want, something on your desktop, whatever it is, throw it in this format, and now you have it for YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and TikTok if you wanted to, right from your desktop. Another major difference is when I hit record, I'm going to get my countdown here. So here I am recording a video. Here we go. I can pause and resume this video. Cool, just like the other one. But the difference here is when I click the check mark, I'm not going to save this into Dubb. What's going to happen is I've just recorded a clip. So the desktop app is a clip recorder, whereas the Chrome extension is one video you pause and resume. So the options for clip recording are pretty neat because you can click this little button here. And if you have an MP4 video on your computer that you want to make part of the story here, you can drop it right in. And then you can physically move these around to different spots. So you don't have to record chronologically. You also can tap the three dot menu. You can download or delete each individual clip. And if you want to keep building this story out, all you have to do is go down to the little icon down here, bottom left, it says record screen. It'll bring you right back to where you was, hit record, and now you're just recording another clip. And you can keep building this out. So I'm going to click the check mark again. There's the video. And then if I wanted to use the webcam, go to the middle icon down the bottom because maybe I want to switch up the style a little bit. And maybe this is my opening or my closing. So I could say, hey, welcome into this video, or hey, thanks for watching this video. Hit the check mark. And now I can move this right to the front if I want to do that. So it's a little story building you can do with the desktop app. And when I'm done, I'm going to click the edit button. It's going to merge all the clips together into one video. And then I can do a quick little edit right here. I can download the MP4, the finished video, and I can upload it into Dubb. So that's the desktop app in terms of just a lot of more nuance. It kind of flies over the top of everything, whereas the Chrome is just browser-based. Now, there's another cool function with the desktop app called Dubb Narrator. So as we know with the Chrome that we just saw, all we have to do is open it up here, and there I am in the bubble, right? We're getting ready to record a video like we just saw. We also know that we can use the desktop app to do the same thing. I can click record screen, come down here, there I am as the bubble, same thing. Now, what if I wanted to record a pre-recorded video to play that in here? So let's say I had a video I already recorded of myself talking about this content, or maybe somebody else, or just another video, and you want to play it in here instead. That's what Dubb Narrator does. So the desktop app menu right here, all I have to do is click Narrator Video. It's going to take me to my video library, and I'm just going to look up Narrator. It's how I have the videos saved. And these are just videos of me just delivering content to camera. That's all I'm doing. So I'm going to select a video here. There it is. It's in the good shape that we want. It's a square. It's good size. And now I'm going to hit record. And all I have to do is just relax and scroll because I know what I'm talking about. And I'm going to let the pre-recorded version of me walk someone through the site here. Hi there. I saw you were checking out some properties in the area and wanted to send you this market update so you can make the best decision possible. And I can pause myself, I can resume. As you can see, there is a ton of, so there's a lot of stuff you can do with Dubb Narrator. So if you're ever thinking about where you don't want to multitask and do two things at once, and you just want to use a pre-recorded video of yourself or someone else or something, you have that ability with the desktop app. Now, the last piece of recording that we have is the mobile app. And the mobile app is similar to the desktop app because it does clip recording. Mobile apps are cool in the fact that the cameras are so good on them that a lot of people like to record their videos either vertically, landscape, they use it a lot for their video recording in general. But it's also really good to break up the style of how you record. Because I think a lot of the times when you have the mobile app, if you're out walking outside or you're just doing something, you're on the move, it immediately breaks the feel of the other videos that you've sent. So they're more dynamic. I think a lot of times when you walk and you talk on your phone, you're making a video, it almost feels like you're giving a piece of advice, So there's different styles you can do with that. So let me share my screen here. And here's the different functionality parts of the mobile app that are pretty neat. The team's added a lot of stuff since the beginning. So here's the home part of the mobile app. So I'm going to click the blue camera icon at the bottom, and it's going to open up. And you're going to see that I have defaulted at the bottom 1 minute. So that's what it's defaulted for. You can't go beyond 10 minutes. There's 2 minutes, there's 30, there's 15. So you have these little time codes in there. And to record a video, I'm going to tap the circle or I can hold and release. So I'm going to tap. As you can see, I'm recording now. There's the timer at the bottom and the timer at the top. I'm going to tap it again. And there is the clip that I've just recorded. So just like the desktop app, clip recording. Now this clip has been automatically downloaded to my phone. So I have it in my photo video area. I'm going to hit record again just to record another clip. Each clip has to be at least 2 seconds. Stopped it again. There's the second clip. So now these clips can be moved around. So all you have to do is take your finger and just hold on to one, pause for a second, slide it. So just like the desktop app, you can record out of order. It doesn't have to be chronological. You can also delete a clip by tapping the X there. And if you tap a clip in general, it's going to give you the ability to delete, trim. And if I click edit, I have the ability to add royalty-free music. I can do some text overlay. I can do some voiceover. I can speed up the action, all within each clip. Now, over here are a lot of our icons that are important in terms of function. So the top one up over here is just to flip your camera around, show what's in front of you. This one right here is a countdown timer. So you can do either 3 or you can do 10. 3 seconds I like using a lot because when you hit record, it gives you a couple seconds to get ready. And then you're ready to go. You also don't have to trim the front part of that clip because you're not hitting record and pulling your arm back. You're already ready to go. Now, if you want to use a teleprompter, right over here to the right, click that there. You can click into the top if you're looking for a script. I'm going to grab this one right here. Here's my speed right in there between 1 and 10. I can hit the play button, see if I like it. There we go there. If you find that when you hit record, I think the arm distance is probably about like this, maybe with a slight tilt, and it looks like you're looking at the camera. If you're finding that your eyes are cheating and looking down, just use these guardrails right here to slide up the words. Because that way, you're not going to be cheating with the words because there's nothing in front of you. You have to keep your eyes at the top. But that's only if, you feel like it's a problem. We also have an editing little button right here, the pencil icon. So if you want to make some changes on the fly when you're doing this, and that can happen a lot. You write the script and then you start delivering the words. You're like, that doesn't sound right. And then you can make some changes there. To close the teleprompter, tap the X at the top and it closes. If you want to add a video to the queue down here, like maybe you have a video on your phone, a lot like with the desktop app, how we had a video on our computer and we wanted to add it to what we were doing, you just go to the folder icon here. It brings you to your photo video area. And then all you have to do is select the video that you want and it will drop it down here. And then you can physically, obviously, move it wherever you want to move it to. If you want to record your screen, it's this button right here. If you want to use some filters, which are kind of more on the fun end of things, you can do some skin smoothing, you can do some black and white, you can do some color effects, things like that. Maybe you would really want to freak out your prospects and do something like this. Hey, get them to stop or something, a little crazy like that. Anyway, this is kind of more along the fun lines if you want to do some stuff like that. Over here is picture in picture. So in real estate, a lot of folks like to use this, but in any industry, you can use it. Whatever you want to use both cameras on the phone and be part of what you're showing that's in front of you, this is a neat way to do it. So I'm going to hit the picture in picture. I'm going to hit record. And now whatever I'm showing in front of me, I can visually walk someone through it. Hey, check this out right here. Make myself a little bit bigger, talk a little bit about it, go back to small, get out of the way, say over here. So stuff like that you can do as you're making your way through with picture in picture. And then the last one here is the virtual background. So a lot like we saw in the beginning of the training where we had someone's profile behind us, a website, an article, same thing here on your phone, just screen grab those things and then click this button here. And then it will take you to your photo video area. Select the photo, hit record. Hey, this is Rob. I saw you were checking out this property. Hi, this is Rob. Listen, I wanted to send you this quick article here. Hey, I was on your website and I really, really was impressed by this, that kind of stuff. And then when you're done and you're ready to combine all of these clips into your one video, all you have to do is click the blue button at the top right, and it's going to start to merge your clips together, just like the desktop app did. Now, when this is done merging the clips, you're going to have a copy of this video on your phone automatically. Just like before, how it downloaded the clips automatically, you'll have a copy of this on your phone as well. And then you can upload it into Dubb. Now, at this point, you can also decide if you want burned in captions. So you can come down here at the bottom to the bottom right, this little icon here, click it here. It's going to upload the audio, and then you can start adding the captions in. The team added this, I think it was about 2 weeks ago. I think it got added and it went live. So we had a few requests for this. So once it's done loading, just to record another, here it is here. So the blocks that you see down at the bottom, those chunks, if I select each one there, it's just going to different parts of the video with the different parts of the script that I'm saying. And then once you select one, you can change it to bold, the text. You can go italic. You can do a little outline around the text. You can change the color of the text if you want to. You can also have a little background behind it. So if you click background, I'm going to choose that color there, and now you have that. You also can move this in a little bit. So if you're doing a social post, you can have it towards the middle so it doesn't get blocked by any other kind of icons. And you can move it there. You also can tap in here and you can change the spelling if there's any kind of misspelling or anything like that. And then you're going to check the X at the top, the blue check mark at the top right. It's going to burn in the subtitles. And then you're going to have a copy of the video with the burned in subtitles on your phone, just like you did before you did the subtitles. And then you can choose to upload it into Dubb just like this, like you did before. So that's the Dubb mobile app. So those are the different ways to record. You've got the basic webcam recorder, like we saw in the beginning. You've got the screen recorders with the Chrome extension and the desktop app. And then you have the mobile app, which is a clip recorder. So now that you have the video recorded, you've got to take this video and you've got to customize it. So what we're going to do is once we save a video into Dubb, it's going to take us to the edit page within Dubb, which looks just like this. So you're saved in here. And if you want to see what this video looks like on a customized landing page, just click the little preview button to the right, and it's going to open up right here. Now, this is what we call in Dubb terms a preset. Customized landing page. It's going to have your logo top left. It's going to have an image behind the video player, just kind of peeks out a little bit behind here. You're also going to have a playlist, which is going to be right after the video that you've played. So you make your personal video to someone, and then right after that, if you record a video one time about what it is that you do, like 60 to 90 seconds, we have a 2-minute trailer. That way, you don't have to repeat yourself a bunch when you reach out and saying the same things over and over and over. You can let that video that's going to play right after it say all that, and you can focus on that person. And then below this are your call to action buttons, your CTAs. What would you like someone to do once they've consumed the content? Do you want them to book a time in your calendar? Do you want them to view a case study? Do you want them to fill out a form? Do you want a link to another website, a link to an external form? Call, text? Do you want them to download a document? So a lot of different options down here. I would just go in order of importance from left to right. This button right here, reply with video, is a really good one. A lot of Dubb people use this to get their testimonials from clients, video testimonials. So instead of meeting someone in Zoom and having to have it edited, what they do is they're going to send a video out, have that button below, and it'll be something like this. Hey, Darius, this is Rob. Listen, thank you so much for using Dubb. We appreciate your business. It would mean the world to us if we could get a video testimonial from you. All you have to do is click the reply with video button below. You don't have to download anything. And just let us know, what has business been like for you? And just start asking the questions that people, that you normally ask your clients. And then when they're done, they send you this video back, you put it as part of your playlist. And this has been the combo that's worked really well. Personal video for someone, followed by a video that's recorded one time by you as far as what you do, and then a testimonial video or testimonial videos that are put together after that. And then the last part of this preset page here is SIA over here to the right, your Sales Interactive Assistant. Now, we had a webinar on this and we have a whole training about this, but just from a high level perspective about what this is for. If you send someone a video and maybe they're not ready to book a time yet, maybe they have some additional questions, SIA can be set up where it can have up to 20 FAQs if you want to. So someone can come over here and say, what is Dubb? And they can even interact with SIA and ask a question. And SIA gives a nice, straightforward answer and then also pushes for something at the end. Could you please share your email address? Now, that's just a default setting. You can get rid of that if you already have their email. And it could push towards, hey, are you ready to book a time with Rob now? So you can keep asking these questions. And the answers from SIA are very, they give really good answers, but they're not overly long. In customer service, you can give really long answers. But for sales, you want to give succinct answers and kind of keep moving. In terms of, and again, we have a training video on this, but to educate SIA, all we did was give SIA resource links. So if I was wanting SIA to learn about Dubb, all we had to do was give her dubb.com, dubb.com/support, dubb.com/testimonials. So you can't just give a website and then SIA will click on all the sublinks. It can only go one page. So you have to give the individual resource link pages. But then SIA can learn about what you're doing and really be an awesome real-time resource for someone. So that's really important. So we've added it, and it's been really good so far. So this is the preset, your customized landing page. So back over here on the editing page, you have some options as well. This little drop down here, these are more presets that we have. Now you see the checked one at the top. Every time I record a video, this is my default presets, what it's set to. But presets in general, just so you know what they are on your side, it's really segments of your audience. So if you're in real estate and you represent both buyers and sellers, you want a preset for buyers and a preset for sellers. If you're in recruitment, candidates, employers. If you're in coaching, maybe it's enterprise, small biz. Like there's all kinds of different ways to do it. So you just want to think about your audience and how you can create different presets with different videos, maybe different buttons, branding, so you can speak directly to that part of your audience. Now, also within here, down at the bottom, you have a lot of different tabs. You have an editing tab. You can do some editing just like you did with the desktop app. You have analytics. We have this little digital coach called Kyra. It'll give you feedback on your repetition. Are you using cadence? How's your persuasiveness? Are you using certain filler words? Repetitiveness is it's kind of a double-edged sword. In sales, you've got to be repetitive to hammer home the message, but it can be something that you're doing, especially in a team environment where someone might have a certain cadence or a certain thing that they're doing with their positivity that you can learn from and improve your videos on. Now, you also have tracking on these videos. So it says no activity yet because we haven't sent it anywhere, but you do have the ability to get a number of things. when you send these videos out. You don't have to get emoji reactions if you don't have to. You can uncheck the ones you don't want. CTA clicks are great, page views, video views, and the watch rate on someone. So that really lets you follow up smartly because if you know someone watched 0, 100, 50, 40, whatever it is, you know what the content of the video is. Like, hey, listen, thanks for watching that video. I know you learned about X, Y, and Z. Let me talk to you a little bit about what you missed at the end that we bring value. Because a lot of times when people follow up, they'll say, "Hey, I'm just following up to follow up." Well, that's kind of garbage. You want to follow up with some actual information or actual learnings that someone can really move on. So you recorded a video, you got it on a customized landing page called a preset, and now we're going to send that out. But before we do, I'm going to stop really quick. Everybody, Darius just popped in. Man of the hour. Darius, get anything?
Thanks, Rob. Yeah, guys, if you got questions and stuff, let them rip in the chat and the Q&A. Rob, if there's already some stuff there, we'll go through it at the end here.
Yeah.
Also, guys, normally we can go a little bit after these sessions. We're not gonna be able to go after 11 today, so we're gonna have a hard stop just before 11 o'clock. So do get your questions out now, and we'll try to take care of everything before the end of today.
Yeah, we started. I'm just going to cover the sending really quick because I know we're shorter, and then we'll just pop into the questions because there are some in there. We answered a couple at the top. Emmett's getting his onboarding done today, just with Dubb, which is awesome. And then we also have Gianni, who's with recruitment, who just started with Dubb as well. So let me part back over here. And okay, so let's do some sending really quick. So back over here in email here, I'm going to hit my compose window here. I got a little template set up that I like to use where this is really best practices. When you send a video out, you always want to have the word video in the subject line. It helps with the open rates. It's kind of rare that you see the word video in a lot of, emails that you get. Typically, if you see it, it's usually from us. And then in here, you can have one sentence or a little paragraph kind of describing about why you should watch the video below. I wouldn't write too much because then you're kind of pushing down the GIF, and the whole point is to send the video. So to add a video in here, there's two different ways to do it. One is with the direct integration we have with Gmail and Outlook. And it's right in here when you have the Chrome extension pinned, logged in. What you can do is just click here. It's going to open up the Chrome extension. And then all you have to do is just come over here, start scrolling through your video library. And then just look for the video you want to send, click advanced options, put the email in for the tracking. You can even add a little personalization text with a banner at the top. And then all you have to do is click insert video, and it will drop it right in there. That's one way to do it. The other way is whenever you save a video into Dubb, there's always a big blue share and send button. So you can click this right here, put the email in for the tracking, and then I'm just going to drop a little personal text here right here. Click copy for email, and then it's just a copy and paste. And that's all you have to do is drop it right in like that. And that's what someone's going to see. And that's what you want them to see right there. Now, back over on LinkedIn, like we talked about earlier, I wouldn't send a video with a connection request because it's only going to be a link and they might not even watch it. I would connect with someone first, whether you're manually doing it, use something like Expandia or whatever. Most people connect, it seems like. And once they do, just click message. And then right in here at the bottom, you can add the video in the two different ways we just talked about. You can click the little Dubb symbol down the bottom, which is the integration we have with LinkedIn, or you can do the copy and paste. But the whole point is, instead of seeing a text-based text message in there that's just copy and paste, they're going to see something like this, like we talked about earlier. You're on their profile. It's way more effective than just sending it the other way. Now, last part on sending, if you have some third-party senders like MailChimp, Constant Contact, or HubSpot, or CRMs like HubSpot, Salesforce, Go High Level, anything like that, we have a lot of integrations with these different companies where you can just keep your workflows, drop the videos in there, get the tracking that you need. If you want to use Dubb as a CRM, if you're kind of in between CRMs or you're thinking about switching, you can upload your contacts with a CSV file. You can do tags, tasks, deals, all that great stuff. We also have bulk email and SMS sending within Dubb as well. And you can also do automation. This is something that Darius teaches where, you can have a workflow go out to someone and you can do a lot of neat things. So this can be automatically happening and built out where an initial message goes out with a campaign. There's some kind of delay, maybe it's a couple hours, couple days, whatever you decide. And then you can set up actions. If someone does something, then they will get taken somewhere else. Someone clicked on a CTA, they've just viewed the video page, if they replied, if they watched, all of this can be set up and done, and then it kind of has a life of its own as you're doing other things. Lastly, we also have our AI suite of material in here. So I know we don't have as much time to cover it today, but really quickly with Ira, really neat feature on Ira for our AI writing is this little profile feature here. So I have basic and sales. You can have a number of these things. So like we talked about before, when you have your presets and you have buyers and sellers in real estate, just as an example, you can do the same thing here. You can segment your audience And you can set it up where you could have one for buyers and sellers. So you just come in here, you start answering questions, just hover over the little tooltip here, start answering them. It's learning about you and your outreach. And then you can also control your preferred tone of communication. And you can even use this little structure that we came up with called Charm, where it structures your writing. It's about capturing their interest, addressing the solution, reinforce with social proof, and motivating to take action. And then once you have the script written out, all you have to do is you can save it to scripts, load it into your teleprompter, record your video. This is a flow we do every day. We have text to video AI, we have AI avatars. So we have a lot of suite of tools to use. But the thing is, like we mentioned at the top, it's really about use case. What's your use case? And then the right technology that applies to it. Okay, so let me jump over to the Q&A. Let's see what we got in here. Okay, we had that question we answered. Okay.
Looks like we just got a hand from Xavier, Xavier's team, right? Go ahead. Let's turn their mics on and
Right,
see
there you
what we
go.
got.
What's happening, guys? Hope you guys are doing well. I know we're short on time, so I'm going to reserve my question for another day because I sent a friend of mine who I sent her my link to sign up because she
Yep.
signed up for the free trial.
Mm-hmm.
Her name is Deborah, and she was hoping to get an intro because I've been raving about you guys.
We appreciate that.
Yeah, and totally was like, hey, if I can pull any strings, because I think the next available time for her to learn was like December 30th, and she was worried about the trial because she is a speaker, author, and she spent some money on another program. And I said, and she already noticed that you guys do way more for better
Yeah.
price. So I'm like, okay, we got to get this going. So I'm hoping I don't know if she's on the mic right now because she has.
It looks like she's here under you as well, right? That's
Deborah, are you there?
I'm here. I'm Deborah
There we
Gardner,
go.
Phoenix, Arizona.
Hey.
I author,
Hello.
can you hear me?
Yeah. So just a couple quick things. One is never worry about the trial expiring. If your free trial expires, we can always give you a little extension, another week on there whenever it comes. So like, let's say, holidays are coming up, right? And you want to give this thing a new start on January 1st, we can do that for you. So don't worry about the free trial situation. Also for your presentations, your demonstrations, things like that, you can book a demo at any time for our team. Let me give you the link really quick for this as well. I think it's dubb.com/
Looks like I can't get in till December 30th.
book demo. Let me see.
You can book with me if you want, Darius, or whatever. If it's
Yeah, I know. We have the book team one, and I'm just going to check there right now. Oh, you're right. There is something strange going on there where there aren't available dates.
Want to give mine in the
so-
chat? Let's see.
Yeah, no, that's very interesting. So let me check on that for you. Xavier and Brenda, can you just email me or Xavier, maybe you can CC her on an email. We'll definitely get you something in there sooner than the 30th.
Okay.
And then we're also going to be doing this live this presentation several days. Like we'll be here tomorrow for sure. Some days next week. I don't think Christmas Eve or Christmas Day we won't be doing these, but other days next week we'll be doing these same live demonstrations, and definitely some one-on-ones throughout that week though. So let me go talk to send me the email. I'm going to talk to my team and figure out what's going on with the calendar there.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Yes.
Hey, Darius, quick question about the music. So Xavier asked about, you can obviously add music on the mobile app, but you can do that on the desktop too, right? Or is that, I'm trying to remember the...
Not at this time. Yeah. So the royalty-free music library is only a part of the Dubb mobile app at this current time.
Okay.
Eventually, I think we're going to be bringing it to the desktop with like there's already a voiceover option there. But yes, eventually we'll be bringing the library to desktop as well.
And then Xavier asked, can we add the client's logo? And I think, each Dubb account's got an admin. So I guess if you pulled someone in, you could be the admin and help them out with that, I guess.
Right. We also have Xavier. There's some options here where we work with people that kind of like have an agency function where they are the agency or they act on behalf of kind of an agency and they do some work for the clients. Like they'll log into their Dubb account and they'll add some videos or some buttons or some logos. They'll set some stuff up. So we certainly have that as an option. If you guys need a situation like that, let me know. We can usually, hook you up with like an ability to switch between accounts and some stuff like that. So include in that same email, Xavier. And if you guys are trying to do like some co-account stuff if you want it to be linked in any way. Just let me know that, and I can include some details there as well.
Yeah, those questions were coming from Deborah herself, and
Oh, perfect.
yeah, so I will. I'm composing the email as we speak.
Excellent, excellent. I'll get you guys taken care of outside of this live situation. No problem.
Perfect.
And then Darius, Roger had a question. And Roger, if you want to turn your mic on, is there a way to hide the tabs? So let's see.
Yes. Yeah. So there's two different ways to hide the tabs. Let me show you this really quickly. The first way, guys, is it depends on which tool you're using. If you're using the Dubb Chrome extension, and by the way, guys, there is a little bug today. The Chrome extension is causing blurry videos for some. So I'm going to show you the other method. I'm going to recommend that one just today, but this issue will be resolved later this afternoon. So first, the Chrome extension itself, you can select tab only. And what that's going to do is it's going to hide all your other browser tabs. Everything else on your screen is going to be hidden, and it's only going to record what's inside the browser tab. So that's one option. But like I said, today, there's some weird kind of blurriness happening on the extension. So don't do that one today. This one you can do anytime, the desktop app. So here with the desktop app, I'm going to click record screen. And the desktop app also has a cropping function. We call it a custom size. And using this, I can now select a frame. I know you guys probably can't see the frame, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it around my video here, Rob's video here, and then press record, 3, 2, 1. And then now when you see the actual video, you can see it's just the cropped version. So it doesn't show my browser tabs, nothing else on the screen.
Yeah, Rob went over that. So that was really helpful. Thank you.
Yeah. Those are the two ways to avoid the other browser tabs, though, either the current tab or the cropped desktop app. Desktop app I recommend today. Chrome extension will be good from here on out. Not today, though. Don't do it today.
Looks like Michael had to leave, but he's like, love it. Dang, this is so powerful. That's nice, Michael. That's
nice.
Good. And then let's see. Anybody else have any questions? Anybody? Before we go?
We usually like to go a little bit over today, guys, but we're good doing a final call just a little bit sooner than we usually do. So if there's any last minute question, speak now or hold it till tomorrow.
This is Deborah.
Yes, Deborah, go ahead.
For women, we are getting a lot more apps out there that provide makeup.
Yeah. Oh, some like filtering and stuff. Yes. So currently on the Dubb mobile app, there's some skin softening, like it'll soften the lines kind of thing. But I don't think there's makeup filters currently. So I'll look at adding. Let me just make a note of for myself here. Adding
it's so important to women.
No, I got you. And that's why we added the skin softening one too. So, soften
I like that. Totally. Yeah.
Lines and stuff. So let me see what check on what new filters we can add. So we don't design the filters themselves. Like there are people that design different types of filters, and we call it open source. And then we can take those different types of filters and add them to our application. So I can go do we can have our developer, or mobile app and desktop app developer do a little research and see what filters are available, like makeup and stuff. So stay tuned. Now, alternatively, you can use any tool that you have. Like if you made a video on Instagram or some other TikTok, whatever it was, and it had a cool filter that you liked on it, you can download that video and then add it into Dubb, so you can distribute it through email and text message and stuff like that with whatever filters and editing that you've gotten from any other source. So that's also an option. Good. Anything else, guys?
Thank you, guys.
Right. Well, we appreciate you guys very much. Thank you. And we'll be back tomorrow. So see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.